How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Can I get your name for the record?
Yes, my name is Martha Bugello. I reside in Wethersfield, Connecticut.
Okay. Are you a senior citizen?
Very much so.
Okay.
I am 76.
Congratulations.
Approximately around 11:30, I believe, this tall, stately gentleman appeared in front of me. I mean in front of me.
How was he dressed?
I didn't even notice.
Didn't say Rocky Hill. Did it say Rocky Hill Fire?
No,
Did he look like a fire
if
chief?
it did, I am a people person. I look at people's faces, you know. And he was tall, so I'm only 5'2", so I had to lean way back, and I see the stately gentleman that wasn't too happy. But I proceeded to give him the brochures and tell him what it was all about, but he was not a happy person.
How could you tell?
Right then and there, he started to interrogate me. I was shocked. I figured maybe he was a citizen on the other side of the track that wanted to spend $1.3 million. Maybe he was the shipbuilder. I don't know. Maybe he came from corporate America, that he had things involved. I mean, his interest in, I don't know, but this was not a happy man. So as I was telling him, he started to interrogate who I was, where was I from, was I being paid, how much was I being paid. I answered truthfully, $8 an hour, and I believe I said I was from Wethersfield. His mannerism was very hostile, and it wound up, he was harassing me, interrogating me, and you could see I'm a humble little senior citizen. Now, I didn't deserve that, and I am a lady. I extended my hand, it wasn't being there. But he was so out of control, I felt if I was a man, he would have popped me. And I hardly needed anything like that. Meanwhile, Mrs. Lori Littman came over and she said, I want to introduce you. No, said to the police chief.
Fire chief.
Fire chief. Oh, I don't know why I keep saying police chief.
I do the same thing.
Maybe he needed a police to be policed at that particular time. But introduced me to the fire chief. I extended my hand to him. Well, he's a man of position in Rocky Hill, wasn't acting, and he is the reflection of Rocky Hill. Number one, he is in charge and commands the men, the firemen, and he's acting like this. Well, he did not acknowledge me. He did not shake my hand, but continued. Now, I am very disappointed in him because everybody knows there was a write-up in the paper, a long column. I'm disappointed in the mayor-elect that said we just had a discussion. Even if he was a block down the road, he could hear what was going on. And I'm disappointed that they lied, because he was just yelling and carrying on something fierce. Now, he also stepped away and got on the cell phone and battered orders out, right and left. Everybody get down here. Be down here at 4 o'clock. And was having a discussion about me, passing out brochures, and he's just carrying and yelling, and everybody heard him. Everybody.
Was our current mayor there?
Our current mayor
Barbara Cerwillo. I mean, not our current mayor, Barbara Cerwillo, the
was
former
right
mayor.
standing right there with him. because he went right over to her side. And I'm wondering if she called him. I really shouldn't even say that unless you have concrete. But he was over on her side when he did all this commanding his men to be down there at 4 o'clock.
Do you feel that, well, how did the conversation end with you and him? Just he walked away?
He walked away.
He didn't say, I'm sorry, or I'll be back,
Nothing. He just walked away to give orders to his men on the cell phone to be down at West Hills School at 4 o'clock.
And he's using his cell phone?
He's using his cell phone.
Why do you think nobody came to your aid? And did they say anything to you after the Republicans, the Democrats?
Yes.
Why didn't anybody come to your aid if this was true? Because he claims it isn't true. Never happened.
No.
Didn't yell at you.
No, they all took they just didn't want to associate with me as far as the referendum. It became political. Politics came into play. We all know. Now, I am older than a lot of you, but we all know what goes on. It wasn't politically correct for them to save our taxpayer $1.3 million.
So they didn't want to be blamed for agreeing with you.
Right.
You know, they didn't want the people going to the polls to see that they weren't in favor of the fire department, so they didn't want to.
They all are our buddies.
Right.
And that's what it is. I mean, but after he left, calling his men to go into action at 4 o'clock, God forbid if we had a fire, you know, they all came out to me and said that I was caught in the crossfire. This was something personal. Personal.
Mm-hmm.
The fire chief, personal. I mean, this is
Now, this is the guy that's used to a lot of pressure. He deals with firefighters. He's supposed to maintain his cool under pressure.
at all.
Was there any pressure here? Were you pressuring him? Why would he all of a sudden explode and there wasn't even a fire around?
No, I mean, a little old lady. I mean, I was going to pressure him. No.
Were you aggressive towards him? Did you go after him? Did you intimidate him? Did you interrogate him?
Never. He interrogated. He harassed me, and furthermore, he was disrespectful, and he humiliated me by offering $20. $20. He almost made me feel like I was a prostitute or something. $20? He claims to go away. No, he was just paying me $20 to work for him. And now they all told me after he left that I was caught in the crossfire. It was between Scott Coleman, a concerned citizen, and our fire chief.
Then why did he go after you?
Because I was there.
I mean, you're certainly different than Mr. Coleman.
I think I'm nicer than Mr. Coleman.
Probably so. But he certainly can tell the difference if the guy, if he's in his right mind, that you're not he, and a guy who's supposed to be cool under pressure should have maintained his cool and not gone after a senior citizen on the day of the election in front of a bunch of people. Am I putting words in your mouth, or is this what you...
Oh, why are you putting words in my mouth? I'm standing behind the sign, vote no to referendum, vote no. Handing out brochures. Now, that was it. That was all I was told to do. But he was explosive because maybe it's the truth. I don't know. I can't tell what was in his mind or why he lost his cool, but
Now, why did you decide to file the complaint rather than letting dead dogs lie? I mean, the election's over. Is this a vendetta of Mr. Coleman's? Is it, as people have said, is it something that you feel that you were wronged and he didn't tell the truth on it and he's making you out to be a liar? I mean, what's the story? Why go forward with this? What do you care?
well, the reason I am taking this position is it's a free country. I mean, this is what our men are fighting in Iraq and all over the world. Now, I felt that this was correct, what I did, hand out the brochures. I believe that it's concerned citizens, and the voters did exactly what they wanted. So we're all entitled. Now, he was not justified. I thought about this and I thought about this, and he was not justified in doing what he did to me. Treat me like that.
Now, he sent you an apology letter. Although in the paper, he said it basically didn't happen. He never yelled. He never intimidated you. He offered you $20 to go away. Now, he sent you an apology letter, apologized for it, blamed somebody else outside of the picture. It wasn't your fault. He wasn't aiming at you. So this is all in writing. Is it sufficient that he tells the newspaper that it never happened, then behind the scenes tells you, I'm really sorry, and this whole thing should go away, and obviously somebody told him to do this, otherwise he would have done it on his own a long time ago.
Also, I feel this substantiates everything that was written in the paper, except what his comments were and what I'm disappointed in the new administration, the new mayor, to not be a stand-up man. You know, I mean, I was very disappointed. And his apology wasn't that I'm terribly sorry the way I treated you. He just explained his position, but not caring about me. That wasn't correct. I don't care what went on between he and Mr. Coleman. I was who he saw, and he didn't even know me.
What do you think about him sending his men out after 4 o'clock after Mr. Coleman or anybody else who might have been standing there?
Now, I would have been there if the weather wasn't very bad. It continued drizzling. I was chilled to the bone from 7:30 in the morning. I was happy to be there, but as we say, I'm a senior citizen, and enough was enough. But I believed in it. I believed in it, and that's why I stayed. Now, I would have been there when the men arrived and acted improperly. I would have been there. But Mr.
Do you think that was the right thing for him to do, is to send his own?
No.
I mean, it seems to me, sitting here, that he had a thug squad, a goon squad, and he sent these guys out, go take care of this problem. Do you think that's the job of the head of the fire department, to use his men in that manner?
That's not acceptable behavior for our fire chief, who is a paid man, to lower himself and act in that mannerism. I mean, he is in Rocky Hill. He should be taking care of safety, the safety of our children, our seniors, and not delegate his men to act in that mannerism, to go there and block the signs, and they should have been arrested. They should have been arrested.
Well, I thank you. Did we cover everything that you wanted to cover? Did I leave anything out? I know you're into the freedom of choice, freedom of America. When you get up this morning,
Correct.
it was still a free country, wasn't it?
It's still a free country, and being the age I am, I get very disappointed in our elected officials that they're not addressing issues that concern my age group and the future of our country, of Rocky Hill. And that's all I care about.
Well, thank you very much.